Yo, what's up people, it's your boy P, also known as Captain P67. We're back here today for some more reactional content for you. So if you are new to my channel and my content, I cover all sorts of content, whether it's IRL content, movies, cinematics, gaming, all of the above. And sometimes community members will ask me to check out a trailer or a movie trailer or game trailer. But on the other end, I do like sort of look for stuff that catches my eye. And this trailer itself is for a game called Bodycam, and it's early access review. I played a horror game which was like Fear 2, I think, Fear 1, Fear 2. So it's a first person shooter with some horror elements, and it did work well. And looking at the title and a few snippets of the gameplay, I think it looks similar. So without further ado, get your popcorn ready, get your chicken ready. Let's hit it together and let's see what happens.
There's a concept in business called a fast follow. The idea is that one company shows a product they're working on, and another imitates it and gets their version out quickly, taking advantage of the buzz and beating the original to market. Bodycam, made by the two-person team at Resad Studio, looks very much like it is fast following Unrecord, a first-person shooter from the perspective of a police bodycam that garnered a lot of attention for its exceptionally lifelike graphics.
I saw something similar like this before, yeah.
A bad thing. Fortnite adding a PUBG-like battle royale was a literal game changer, for instance. Unfortunately, that's not the case with Bodycam. While it's an interesting proof of concept in its early access phase, it has too many critical design blind spots to be a good shooter just yet.
Okay. But early access, they've got a lot of time to improve it anyway. So let's see the base early access. Graphics look dope already, really.
The idea behind Bodycam is creative, and the rounded, dusty lens does a good job of selling the vibe of actual police-style footage. It pairs well with high-quality textures, dense debris, and lush foliage to make a visually impressive game. The lighting effects in particular are excellent, with a broad range from pitch-black hallways to blindingly bright flashlights.
Imagine 4-player cam co-op with this or something. This would be awesome.
Unfortunately, the concept just isn't great for a competitive first-person shooter, because you don't gain anything by having a worse view of the world. It makes locating and shooting enemies more awkward, and it doesn't contribute to the experience thematically. Police aren't looking through a camera when they're actually in a shootout, and as you aren't actually playing as law enforcement, it doesn't say anything about the state of policing. It's also a bit strange the way aiming down sight means your character is lifting the gun to their chest to be in front of the body cam.
Yeah, that is a bit
I can see how this perspective would work great for something like a horror game. Look how spooky and atmospheric.
Yeah, but he mentioned gameplay. Can't they add some more elements to it?
It feels gimmicky.
If it's early access, can't they do different game modes anyway in the future? What's up, Who Say?
The fundamental shooting mechanics are solid. Bodycam is a textbook example of a pixel shooter. As soon as you see a single exposed pixel of an enemy, you open fire, hoping you beat them to the punch. It only takes a single well-aimed bullet to kill or be killed.
What, just a 4-on-4 in an arena sort of setting, or a 4-on-4 where you have to arrest people or something like that? The mechanics of it could be really good,
than raw shooter skills.
Especially how good the graphics are as well.
It's important to lean around corners like this instead of running and gunning.
Well, it's more realistic, isn't it? You're not going to run and gun if it's more realistic setting as well.
With the disconnected way the character's arms and bodies shift independently of the body cam itself, but it is way too easy to get stuck on minor obstructions like these that litter hallways. With how slowly and deliberately characters walk, and how fast the time to kill is, being stopped because your elbow is colliding with the table.
They definitely could have greased up the game though. It definitely looks like it needs to be finished a little bit better.
Over small obstructions, but in practice, even the smallest.
But in theory, this could be insane as a game to play, like
and every second
4-on-4, 4 like
gunfire.
4 say baddies or goodies. You got the body cam, and if it is a police situation, you could arrest the baddies, and obviously the baddies you're going to try and kill and get escape.
The abandoned hospital, for example, has a great mix of long corridors and
but I'm definitely liking the realistic graphics.
The building level is spooky as hell when the built-in day-night cycle decides it's time for the sun to go down. There's also the airsoft arena, complete with a plywood mock-up of a house and these person-shaped training dummies that I've definitely shot in a moment of panic more than once. The way each level both looks and plays differently is effective at staving off the been there done that feeling after I'd played.
I like this foliage one. This could be godly. This is quite open as well.
Team Deathmatch is my favorite way to play Bodycam. Up to 10 players are split into 2 teams of 5 and given the same weapons, but that gear is randomized after each round, and the first to 10 wins. Maybe you all have pistols one time, but shotguns another. It's a unique spin on a tried and true shooter mode, and having each round be elimination based, with no respawns, ratchets up the tensions considerably. Moments like this, when you and a squad mate divide the responsibility of checking corners, do a great job scratching that tactical itch. When you die, you respawn as a drone for the rest of the round, which gives you the ability to either watch things play out or scout the other team's positions. It's pretty fun to turn on your drone's flashlight and spot the enemy, doing your best to avoid getting shot down by annoyed opponents.
And you give out info. See, this is stuff you could have really cool in the game.
Unfortunately, is a bit of a disaster. Respawns are quick, and it's all about accumulating kills, which completely removes the tense tactical action from the equation.
I think that's where they're going wrong with it. Like, the whole concept of it is great, but if it's a game where it's like TDM, it's just kills for the win, then that's where the issue is with it, I think.
And too often, your lives look like this.
Graphics are awesome, though.
It's in terrible need of significant rework, and since it's the only solo play mode, Bodycam doesn't have much to offer anybody who prefers to go it alone. Body Bomb, meanwhile, has one team trying to plant and defend a bomb, somewhat similar to Counter-Strike or Search and Destroy from Call of Duty. The biggest difference here is that the bomb can be planted anywhere, but the duration of the detonation
Last epoch was gonna kick me from the game, so I had to just move the cursor real quick.
It's a fine concept, but it doesn't work extremely well in practice. The main issue is that it is too easy for the bomb team to just arm immediately and then just set up camp to guard all the pathways leading to it. In my experience, it's rare for the bomb team to not score when this happens, which sucks all the competitive energy out of the match.
Absolutely. Like, it does seem a bit janky as well.
One that's universal across all the modes is they just take too long. A single match can easily last 30 minutes, which feels like an eternity.
That's way too long, man. That's way too long.
There have been plenty of times where I have loved to just pop in for a quick match.
They should cut it up at like 20 minutes or like a 20-minute deadline.
Just doesn't allow
and whoever gets the most points wins.
Because
half an hour is way too long per game.
Instead of servers, if the host quits or disconnects at any point, no matter how far along a game is, the match ends. That's unfortunately a too common occurrence, especially when the host is on the side losing in a match. Wow. Assuming you can complete your match, your rank will go up or down on the simple leaderboard system, which gives you something to strive for. It works as expected, except for in Deathmatch, where only one person wins. You can finish with a very strong kill-to-death ratio, landing you in second place and still drop in ranks. Giving positive progress to the top several finishers is pretty common in other shooters, and it seems like a strange omission here. The other thing you could advance is your cosmetics. Match performance.
I mean, you said at the start there's only 2 people working on it, so it definitely has some. Definitely has room for improvement. And obviously, if there's only 2 people on it, it's going to be difficult to do more. But they should definitely get some help or maybe some assistance from someone else, and definitely could improve the game 100%. It's definitely interesting. It's an interesting idea, but the execution is where they're lacking at the moment.
For the most interesting options to shuffle out before you can save up for them. Now, I might never get that tactical vest. Also, the 4,000 R it would take to buy this backpack, for example, represents multiple hours of grinding. There is text in the menu that says you can pay for R points to save time, but that's not actually true. As of now, there is no mechanism to buy points. Just earn them in-game, which adds to the feeling the shop is simply not yet ready.
Normally, if it's going for that cash grab, they'd have the shop already there, and the battle pass and everything ready, but we'll see.
Bodycam is a mostly competent multiplayer shooter, and what you can see through the limited field of view of the titular Bodycam looks great, but the narrow perspective manages to strike an unfortunate imbalance of being both in the way of good action and immersion breaking. When all the elements align, like during tense games of Team Deathmatch on some strong maps, it can feel grounded and rewarding to wrestle the kickback of its punchy weapons and score a few one-shot kills before the enemy can line up their own shot. But too much of the time, it feels in need of major reworks and rebalances.
Now looking at it more, it does look a bit janky though, 100%. It does look janky.
And when you get killed because you got caught on a tiny obstacle. If there were meaningful progression, like more interesting cosmetics than the paltry ones available, or something to chase beyond climbing up a leaderboard, then I would be be more inclined to stick it out and see how things develop over time. But as it is, Bodycam is an interesting tech demo and little else. So you'll probably want to wait for it to be fleshed out before jumping in.
All right.
For more shooter action, check out our reviews of Gray Zone Warfare and X.
No, we're good. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bodycam Early Access Review. Yeah, I mean, it was mid. I gotta say, like when I first saw it, obviously the interest in the concept and everything's there. It's just the execution they're lacking in. And if they develop it more and they get more, and the amount of ideas you could have with a game like that. And they added the drone element, but I'm saying even if a game added horror elements more to it or something similar, that would be pretty insane. So yeah, as far as we go, Bodycam Early Access, mid. Nothing too crazy to go about, but who knows, we'll keep an eye on it, see what happens in the future. But again, if you did enjoy that content, folks, and you do want me to check out any trailers or any sort of early access or anything in general, movies, gaming, sports, whatever, just let me know and I got you. But links will be in the description below. And if you do want to support my Twitch channel, I stream on Twitch every day. You can always follow the channel, you can sub, you can gift a sub, you can tip, you can donate. And if you want to support my YouTube channel in any way, shape or form, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can like the video or comment on the video as well. So let me know if you're hyped about it, if you're not feeling it, what you think improvements could be made and go from there. But apart from that, wherever you are, thanks for the time. Have a good morning, have a good night, have a good evening. I will catch you on the next one. Take it easy and peace out.